season 2 of 99 ain't good enough where we keep it 100.
All the time.
Oh man, it's good to be back in the building. Good to be back in the building. Debonair to my right, Coach Tommy J to my left. Welcome to the show. Today's show, man. We got a lot to say. It's been about what? 9 weeks since we've been in the building.
It's
10
been a
weeks.
month. Yeah,
12
it's been a minute.
12. It's a lot that's happened in the world.
We ain't have our celebrity stand-ins for us while we took a break.
That
wasn't in the budget.
We still working on the clones.
Wasn't in the budget, and we couldn't get Denzel to stand in.
You know what I mean? Listen, ain't no stand-in for me, man.
Denzel.
Only clone status for me.
Hey, not Denzel. Denzel. Yeah, Denzel.
Denzel on Glory?
No. Denzel on, what's the one with Don Cheadle, Jones? Something in a blue dress.
Oh, Devil in a blue dress. Yeah.
Oh, that Denzel.
Yeah, that when I was.
Shout out to Denzel, Washington.
Denzel.
Hey man, I think we gonna go a few different places for those that are listening, man. Like we said, it's a lot that's happened in the world. We're gonna touch on a few of the hot topics, in sports.
Let's touch on the hottest topic.
What is the hottest topic?
What is the hottest?
What we talking about off
is the hottest topic vaccinations in the NBA?
Yep, that's one of them.
What's the next hot topic?
Everywhere I turn, they tell my Brady going back to New England.
That's another hot topic.
Yeah.
How about vaccinations in the NBA versus the NFL? And the only reason it's distinguished or different, and you're getting this much media coverage because one is an outdoor sport and the other is an indoor sport.
Yeah.
Which is, I play an indoor sport, but I can play on the court with you, but you need to be vaccinated. Yeah, Mario, don't get started.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
No, it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much going on. But back to
but I promise you, they can make their stand. They gonna acquiesce to the demands.
Unfortunately, I think most will.
Yeah, you know why?
I think most will. That bag of that check gonna get
I promise
touched.
You. I promise you. Because they gonna say, for instance, with New York and being in the building. Okay, you can make your stands, but all them games you're missing, then you play half the season, correct?
Yeah, half the season.
Okay, then here's half your money.
Then that's what's going to happen. But here's what I think going to happen. I think somebody's going to be stringent and strong enough, which I would love to see it, because the only way this is going to get, because the league is commissioned and there are government entities behind it, it's going to have to go to the Supreme Court. And somebody's going to take it all the way there. Mark my word.
And I hate when stuff get to that level.
But it's gonna have to because but now you're taking away my human rights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did sign a contract to play in a sport that is commissioned. I understand my contractual obligations. Yeah. But when stuff happened because of where the team is placed geographically, now hinders my autonomy as a human being, it changes things.
Yeah, it does.
So those are the things. Now, what I don't like and what I am hearing about, let's use Kyrie for example, who I personally like a lot of the direction where he's going at post George Floyd stuff that we did. A lot of guys are kind of stepping up in regard to things. Is Kyrie a distraction to his team? What about Ben Simmons? Is Ben Simmons a distraction? About holding out?
I don't believe in all that. He's a distraction, no team chemistry. Jones older than me. You can go back to the Raiders of the 70s. A bunch of drunks and derelicts getting in bar fights. They won Super Bowls.
Giants.
You can go to the Giants. LT, they got to sneak him out of
hotels.
You know what I'm saying? I think that is all media talk. That's how they sell sports. I'm not saying there's not a such thing as team chemistry and a guy can be a distraction. It's mighty funny. On The Last Dance, Dennis Rodman was a distraction, but they won 3 chips in a row, and he led the league in rebounding.
You think Kyrie wasn't a distraction in Cleveland, but LeBron was there in a lot of
manage it.
Yeah. He was to manage it, and they was winning.
Distraction stuff.
For me, because there are so many
distraction.
Cameras,
I don't want to use that word, but he was Kyrie there.
Yeah,
he was Kyrie in Boston, and he's Kyrie in New Jersey.
I think because there's so many conglomerates and media and cameras and microphones and stuff everywhere, when somebody practice who they are and be a little different than what people expect or what people want from you, it becomes a distraction.
That's the world we live in.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that piece of it as well, because you know what's gonna happen? Those that's being cut a check by them big conglomerates, and we know who they are. Watch how people start to ring out and come down on Kyrie. Watch.
So the word distraction is being thrown around. I watched half of the Miami Virginia game last night.
Terrible.
I watched the whole thing. Won that check.
Terrible.
At one point, Miami won 58 games in a row, from 84 to
Tell me Miami won, which I know
they
lost.
Didn't win. They missed on the field goal.
Oh, they made it that close?
Yeah, they fought.
Did they?
Oh.
They fought back. Missed their field goal, hit the upright.
That's what happens to bad teams.
True story.
That type of stuff.
Bad things happen to bad teams.
Yeah.
True story.
So if you look at Miami in the 80s, in the 90s, wanted a bunch of distractions.
A ton.
Women running around.
Yeah.
Cocaine everywhere.
Guns on
cash
campus.
being paid to players. But they didn't lose a home game for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's funny what happens when you have very good players.
And every coach can tell you that.
The distraction word don't come up then.
No.
But it's the sensitivity of people. Like I said, watch how those that have a microphone on one of those bigger networks come down on him. Watch, and it's going to be somebody that is going to be a Hall of Famer. And listen, like I'm seeing Kareem talk about guys who are being rebellious in the United States. I mean, in the NBA because they won't get a vaccine.
Yeah,
I totally disagree with that. I do. At the end of the day,
I think, like I thought about a lot of this stuff with the vaccines and all of that. It's your right to do whatever you want to do.
Why are we making it a me versus him thing?
Yeah.
Why are we making a his versus her thing? Why?
Is there such thing as like any? Like I know the world is more advanced, technology, all this stuff, but like, do they get any privacy, or they sign that away when they get to $45 million a year?
They sign it away.
You sign it away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you sign it away.
It's equivalent to
like
selling
to
your
give and
soul
take, and it works in your favor when you use it
as a platform.
Yes.
Yeah. As a member of the press, like, I don't want to. Hey, Jones, you got your tonsils out? Like, why are you asking me personal medical questions? What they do with the vaccine, I don't think like that should be anybody's business. But
but it has become that.
Yeah,
and it's going to become that because once you don't show up for that home game in that building that has that rule, then they're gonna assume that must be the case.
That's definitely the case.
And
and now they're gonna make a big deal out of
they
it
will.
and talk about certain things that
they
happen.
be in the media.
I'm still of the proponent to see how this thing plays out because at the end of the day, do you fall for it?
Well, it's always been that way, but it's worse now because of the social media, because of, the Snapchat or what all this stuff that they got, Instagram. So now, listen, you can't put out that, hey man, we vacationing here and do all that, and then not expect people to want to know more.
If you put it out there,
you put it out there, now they want to know more.
It's worse.
It's worse. Ain't no worse. It's worse.
But what they say, you plant a seed and it grows. You plant a seed and it grows to a big oak tree, but that oak tree grows quietly.
Yes.
People
well said.
Attention is the new drug.
I missed that silver throat, boy. I missed that silver throat.
Like how long ago I told you attention is the new drug?
Yeah,
well, it is definitely the new drug.
And it's hard to let it go.
I promise you, but that social platform and social media that people are chasing.
I don't know what I was on one day, I don't know like how to use the proper term or whatever, but I was on YouTube. And it's a lady, Nick probably knows it. She's on one of these MTV shows. She's on the skateboarder Ridiculousness, where they show all the bloopers.
Mm-hmm. With the people sitting on the panel.
Yeah,
the
girl with the blonde hair. Like there was a thing of her on YouTube going around where she was like passionately going off about people not liking her pictures back, like veins bulging out her neck, about to cry. Like,
but see,
like
you can't
really upset.
You can't be like that about that, and then you done gave that out. Now people gonna make a choice to want more, and then when they want more, they gonna yes or no more, or you understand? It's a two-edged sword.
Attention is the new drug.
You can't take the sword and just I don't want the dull end. Just give me I don't want the sharp end. I just want the dull end. No, the sword coming.
It's all, Coach. You just made me like think about like if that's your platform and you're making money off it and that's your job, then you got to deal with the consequences that come.
You got to deal with it.
If that's not, and you just trying to just put something out that whether it's motivating somebody or you just want to give it. See, people just want to tell all their business.
Yes.
That's why people don't know how to mind their business.
Let me ask you this. Cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Haven't there been superstars before that everybody said they quiet? We don't know nothing about
I
them.
don't even have social media.
So you can make that choice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when y'all was talking about the give and the take.
You can make that choice.
You can make
I'm
a
here,
choice.
I'm just here to hoop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not showing you when we in San Tropez. I ain't showing you none of that.
None of that. No.
But Kyrie started all that. The world is flat.
But guess what, Coach?
So now you got all that attention now.
You see what he had to do? He had to apologize for that.
Yes.
He had to apologize for his right to his logic based on what he studied that he feels.
Yeah.
Now I got to apologize because we don't want people to believe that.
So guess what? Keep that to yourself. That's how I feel. That's what I think.
Or
you
keep
know
it. Is there no more of a nucleus to be able to talk amongst one another around loved ones, and it stays there?
No,
that don't happen no more.
No,
bro. I've been at family gatherings.
Attention is a drug.
Whether it's after a death or somebody's in the last stages and they finna go. It's kind of an intimate setting. One of the older people in my family, which I'm fast becoming. Now I'm starting to be one of the older people.
True.
You look up, we holding hands praying. Somebody's doing this with the phone.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to say one of the most dangerous drugs on the planet. Now it's two. Two of the most dangerous drugs on the planet. Now, one of them it is, and one of them might be called not. One of them is attention. That's a dangerous drug that when people get something, they want more, and they don't even know they want more sometimes. And then the second most dangerous, maybe first, is testosterone. That's done got a lot of people killed.
They neck and neck.
They neck and neck. Them two of the most dangerous drugs on the planet.
The testosterone include that ego with
Yes, sir.
You got that ego.
You got a lot of people killed.
That would destroy, boy. That ego, boy. That ego is an animal.
Yeah, man.
Now, Coach, answer me this, Coach.
Yes.
I'm 30 years into watching sports.
Yes, sir.
All of them, right? And I know holding out was prevalent on the football side.
Yeah.
Now I don't know much about the soccer leagues and all that.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a guy in basketball holding out?
Yeah, prior to the rookie scale.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about not the lockout. I'm talking about like not.
That was the norm. You got drafted number 1 in the NBA. You held out.
I didn't know.
You remember that, John? I think Glenn Robinson was the last guy that got paid, but everybody else used to hold out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
they'll do some shit now, not for the whole year.
Not for the whole year.
Yeah, I didn't know that happened. I know it happens in football when you got contractual.
Well,
obligations.
that's why they start coming in with these rookie scales.
Right.
Okay.
I know the rookie scale was.
I think Big Dog hit for
early 2000.
No, it can't. I think Big Dog was the last one. Glenn Robinson,
wasn't it?
Yeah,
98.
Late 90s, wasn't it?
94. Big Dog was the last guy that hit as a rookie.
Yeah.
Just like I specifically remember.
No, because Juwan Howard before
that was his second deal.
That was his second deal, yeah.
So even in football.
They just started that scale
football,
probably like
it was what's the
Matthew
guy that
Stafford.
No, it was the guy that played the Oklahoma. That always got hurt.
Yeah.
Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
He hit, and then Cam was the next year.
Yeah.
Cam was one. The rookie
scale was from
you start coming in, you making more than all the veterans.
That was the problem,
and so they kind of stopped that.
So let's creep into the psychology of a guy who's been not appreciated lately in Philly and being and putting us in that mindset. Do you justify his behavior?
Who?
Ben Simmons.
I mean, this is what I think of it. I'm a family first guy. I got my son. I've done X, Y, and Z. You on TV talking about it ain't right, this, and that. Well, if I look at it from a parental standpoint, what he signed? $200 million deal?
160, something.
He went number 1 overall. He done been to a couple All-Star games.
1.
What you telling me I did wrong? Because it's been working my way.
But
I'm talking about from a parental standpoint.
That's why I asked, because I got my own ideology of it.
Being the old dude coming from a little different time, I'm gonna go to the people. I'm gonna stand out the news. That's first,
right?
And I'm gonna go to them and I'm gonna say, listen, I don't want to do no whole lot doing all that, but I need you to get me out of here. I'm not happy. Now I'm gonna show up because I got family, I got people. I need to keep this check coming. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep the check coming, and I'm gonna go play. And I don't know how your face can be tuned up making $200 million.
Well, based off what we know, based off the information that was given to us.
Let me interrupt. I'm gonna say I do get that. I'm gonna tell you why I think so. I'm gonna tell you why. You remember a couple of years
just
ago,
like I'm gonna get Schroeder turning down $84 million.
No, you remember a couple of years ago in football. Yeah, like it's a market value. Like
I get the value.
Guys were signing deals, and then a year or two later, They redo the CBA. New money hit, and now.
And
Mario ran for 1,200 yards last year.
And I'm gonna get that.
Hurt.
And I'm gonna get
I'm
some.
making $8 million a year. Y'all gave that dude 14. I'm not hating on him. I'm trying to get me 17.
I'm gonna get some. I'm out the media.
Behavior, his behavior trait.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That part of
no.
Based off what we know and a little bit that I do know, and
you acting like a spoiled kid.
And is his behavior justifiable based off what we know? Obviously, we don't know the ins and outs.
We don't.
But based off what they're giving us. The Philadelphia fans and GMs and whoever else came down on him after the playoffs. He looked pedestrian in the playoffs. They feel like it's not a good mesh, whatever the case may be. Embiid has said some small things.
He need to hold that down too.
Yeah, he do. He need to because I think he needs to be quiet as well.
If you say that to Ben,
it's kind of messed up.
Say that to Ben, and that's between y'all.
That's between y'all. Is it justifiable in him? Because of the Philly fans and not feeling wanted or appreciated to be holding out based on his contractual obligation.
You ain't gotta want me none. Just give me my money, and head general manager work on getting me out.
He's being led by his agents and other people around him too.
Yeah.
In regards to how to move.
Because they know they can strong arm and get what he want.
Right, that was about to be my point.
But he can look better.
Yeah, he's
doing
totally
it,
justified.
He is, but he can look
100%.
No, I'm saying justified in regards to the Philly fans don't like me. I had a bad playoff run. I want out. That's justified behavior now.
Yeah, that's fine. You can leave
today. The way today is, yes.
We move on.
Yes.
That's all.
Justified.
I know it's not it's not justifiable to me.
No,
as a I'm not a fan of it. But as far as what's going on,
by how it is,
yes.
And unfortunately, you got you got to go get your money.
Yeah,
this what we doing, and I'm with you. That's what he making. I'm just saying, as a man, I'm not putting myself out there like that for everybody. I'm going to the head dog.
Right.
We clearing this up now. Damn it, if you don't do this, now I will sit, but that's not my first alternative is to sit.
And here's what we know: at the end of the day, he gets traded to the Washington Wizards tomorrow. This swept under the rug, and everybody forgets about it.
Oh, that's all.
Because something else will happen.
Yeah, like everybody will forget him. He'll go mess him well and do well. That won't be a black eye on his belt because at the end of the day, he'll just basically.
It's always going to be an issue with a young brother making that kind of money.
They're going to cater to the sensitivity of today's athlete, especially if they're talented.
If you look at a guy like Ben Simmons, and obviously there's 450 guys in the league, but for all intents and purposes, he's one of one, so he can pretty much act the ass. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you go to UPS and get a dude 6'10" with handles and they can come in and easily replace me. He's almost one of one. Like,
listen,
you
think, and all them years of going and knowing his power, and you think Jordan wasn't an ass?
Mm-hmm. Kobe was.
You think they wasn't an ass?
Kobe's on video saying, "Trade me."
Yeah, but it's how you handle it.
Right.
You think LeBron ain't been an ass where he been? I promise
think
you.
all of those superstars have been, but it's like this particular situation that we know, literally geared from the treatment at post playoffs.
But now,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
let's go here.
That's crazy.
Let's go here. Okay, he ain't shooting or whatever. You still getting a hell of a rebounder. You still getting a playmaker. You still getting a defender.
So you not like it ain't too many guys in the league that can do what Ben Simmons do.
No, sir.
At all.
He can be a low triple-double. He can be 11, 11, and 11
yes,
every
sir.
night.
Every night. I saw an interesting thing the other day. He actually could take Draymond's place.
At 6'10".
That'd be ugly.
And much more athleticism.
Yes.
But ain't nobody talking about Draymond can't shoot. Because he can't.
No.
But Draymond plays around shooters.
Yes. To make a difference. So they need to get him with shooters.
And Draymond is not the first tier guy on that team.
Yeah.
So,
it show up really bad at Philly. There's no shooters there.
No shooters. And they expecting you to produce more production on the offensive side of the ball.
Because they got no shooters.
Especially bringing in a guy like Doc Rivers trying to be able to groom you into being that facilitator, but also being aggressive and being able to put the ball in the hole. So, I mean, guys know when you look at the coaching staff, your GM, they know what's to be expected. That's never been expected of him.
How old is he?
He ain't got to be 22.
So he's basically he probably started playing when he was 7 or 8. He basically done went 12, 13 years of not shooting the ball.
His whole life.
Yeah.
Draft number 1 can't shoot. I watched him live in high school, drop 36, and then shoot a jump shot.
And so that's what kills me. Like, everybody get up here now talking about he can't shoot.
Well, now see, this I don't like to hear that personally because here's the problem with that. Coach, you coach Division I JUCO club in one of the toughest places to play in the state of Florida, JUCO. The last decade of NBA draftees, the last 10 years, which was 10 times 30 is 64 is how many guys, Debonair?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
10 times 64.
640.
Yeah, 640 guys drafted. What percentage were shooters?
5%.
Less than 5%. Meaning those guys had 6'11" wingspans, 40-inch verticals, can run here and there, they can defend. You can always become a better shooter. Yeah. I can't teach the talent and the skill set that you may have. That stuff that no.
And that's what that league is all about.
That's what it's all about.
So to reinforce my point, why work on my shot? I'm still going number one.
Personal pride. Personal pride.
Personal pride, and it becomes come playoff time. Yeah, he got to be able to shoot that rock.
Yeah.
See, that's because we going on an assumption.
No, ain't no assumption.
Listen. That you assuming that it's about these little slow-mo things you've seen on ESPN, this special, the chase for the trophy, the pride of winning it all. It ain't about that. I'm talking about growing up. Like, you really thought, when I was growing up, I really thought like guys took pride in trying to win championships and all that. Man, 85% of the league is not worrying about winning no championship.
Worry about that money. No question. I 100% agree with you.
So when you start talking about the playoffs, man, Ben Simmons probably be like, I deal with that when it comes.
And you might listen. There's a lot of them younger athletes that you might be dead on and right about that. The unfortunate part about it is, I would continue to bet against a Philadelphia 76ers team with a Ben Simmons on it because with the team that they had, I won plenty of money off them because everybody get caught up in Embiid dropping 40 and 50.
Hey man,
you keep betting and them checks gonna keep clearing on the first and 15.
Oh yeah, no question.
You keep betting.
My mama told me, man, make sure you got on a nice pair of drawers.
Right.
Because you don't want to be caught with no holes in your drawers.
That's real.
And so what I'm saying is you don't want to be caught with no holes in your game now when you get to playoffs.
Yes, you do.
You get undressed.
No, it's a lot of guys with holes in their game.
It is, but you get undressed. That's me. That's the old dude.
Right.
That's what I'm telling you. That came from a long time ago. Don't get caught with no holes in your drawers.
But what has happened with what he's expecting from these young guys is stop crying then. Stop complaining. Yeah. Stop getting mad because people booing you.
I agree.
And all that. You can't shoot.
You can't shoot.
Bro, Doug Williams, Jones, going back to your day. Doug was getting racist mail. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Racist mail. They like Doug was like, they're being so mean to me, I want to leave. You know what I'm saying? So, Ben, you know what you're doing. You know you can't shoot the mid-range and all that.
Well, now, all that comes, I'm going to go off track just for a second. You got to know your history.
Right.
And where you come from and what you've been through.
True story.
Then you won't be getting mad about all that. As Chris Rock said, why am I surprised?
Right.
Shame on you for being surprised.
Shame on you being surprised. And it's a lot of pressure that's coming to a lot of these young men, nowadays in regards to them just having to play the game of basketball. Yeah.
Now, fans can't talk to you any kind of way, but some of the stuff that go down, then get the money back.
No.
I ain't saying you can talk to me any kind of way.
I don't think there's a correlation. We out at Bahama Breeze now.
No, walk up to you.
That's what I'm saying. Not that. No.
I don't care if I make 100 a year.
I agree. I agree. But I'm saying if you booing me because I'm missing shots and I can't, they go with it.
Hey, they go call me a lot of nasty names. I'm from a nice ass house. Whatever you.
Well, that's what you hear a lot of
them on my boat.
Right. You hear both of them say, "Well, that's fine. You going home to your little house. Right. I'm gonna go home to my mansion." That's why I love it.
And honestly, you want those guys to have that fabric. Yeah. I wish they would have that fabric. That comes with the territory. All these young men that are aspiring to do something and understanding that this media services and these platforms that we have, be careful what you put out there. Understand what you have to be able to accept. Play your game and continue to be able to move at the end of the day.
So let me ask
you have all the power.
Let me ask this, because I was sick for a while. I haven't been following. He literally wants out because of the fan treatment?
That's what they put to us, yes. The fan
treatment. I like how you say that. That's what they telling us.
That's what they telling us. So that's what I'm saying. Like when after the playoffs and how
they came
literally, I'm talking about. It was memes and stuff everywhere concerning destroying him, like literally all across. And I'm like, okay. At the end of the day, you know, and I hate to say it's more, but more of a mentality. If you coming down on me, let me prove you wrong.
Yes.
Let me prove you wrong.
Yes.
That part where
and then I want out.
And then I want out. It don't like people used to come that came down on Paul George. I'm giving Paul George an immense amount of credit now.
I give him credit.
When Kawhi got hurt last year, everybody destroys Paul George.
I give him credit.
He had the little setback with Lillard, and he did all these different things that came down. His little bit. I'm talking about they was killing this man in the media, killing him. He went through a depression moment. He discussed that. All these. That man had a playoff run epic last year.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Stepped up to the plate.
I ain't no fan of his, but he did his thing.
Words mean things. He did not have an epic playoff run, Mario.
Oh, no. Compared to what he's been doing.
No.
Let me know you.
Yeah, he didn't have an epic playoff run.
Okay, so it wasn't epic. I'm sorry.
It wasn't epic.
He had a
words mean things.
He bounced back.
Yeah,
he bounced back. He bounced back very well from that. You know what I mean? So looking at it in that sense and seeing some guy to say, you know what, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna show you I can still do something. I'm not listening to what you got to be able to say in regards to what goes on in regards to, because everybody that sits behind a TV, a podcast, or say something about somebody else and can't step up for themselves, I will always have a problem with it personally.
I saw the best thing I think I've ever seen. They had a fantasy, you know how they do the draft for fantasy. Mm-hmm. One of the dudes came up with the awesome idea of, because you know, I guess drafting first in fantasy is a big deal.
Mm-hmm. You got some more of that?
We running the 40 yards.
And Nick.
They running the 40-yard dash to determine draft status. That's what they need to start doing with members of the media. You know what I mean? You sitting out here talking about Mario can't play.
Your boy Rich, what you call it on the NFL? He run the 40 every year.
Right.
Yeah, he do that. Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen. Yeah.
But for this fantasy draft, they ran the 40-yard dash to determine where you go. That's what they need to start doing with the media. Yeah. You sitting up here, you this columnist, and you got this strong NBA, you got this voice that's heard.
It's amazing.
Let's do the mic and drill. Let's see how many free throws you can hit out of 20.
It's honestly amazing. The you put a book in somebody's hand and you give them some wits and it articulate some words, and how you can come to a man that's playing and this is just based on what people identify, a kid's sport, and they're overpaid and this, that, and other. You out your mind. You think them guys overpaid. So out your mind.
Let me interrupt. I got a question, Jones. I got a question for you. Is there any other subject, platform, realm where I can have very limited or zero experience,
no, sir,
but become an expert?
No,
like
sir.
your wife is a dentist.
Oh, I know one place. An ordained minister.
What does that mean?
A minister in the church.
That's true.
So I can just
you can literally go get all of the credentials online.
Yeah, you can.
And spew this out to pray for hope, and you don't need much.
I stay away from the church and religion.
No, I'm just saying. That's one place you can do it. I'm just because I just learned that last night by watching something. So you can do that.
Hypothetically, Jones, I can start a publication called Dentists Now.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm going to rank, critique, bash, all the dentists in Tampa. You've
never been a dentist,
but I've been to the dentist.
Yes, you got clean though.
Yeah,
clean. You had no root canal, right? No wisdom teeth.
You stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
And I'm gonna be an authority. I'm gonna be the foremost authority in Tampa on dentists.
But it depends on what people bite. And you got a lot of that in sports. I agree 100%.
That's the craziest thing.
Here's the thing now. Look at how many people follow, admire, and believe in a lot of these publications or these voices of people that's never done the things that they're talking about.
That's the craziest thing.
That's all over the United States. How many times you hear me say it? Only in America.
Yeah.
Bro, I heard a dude, I forget what show it was. Scottie Pippen was sitting to his right. He's telling a Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan story. Like Scottie Pippen ain't sitting right there. Literally telling a story about something that happens in a Bulls practice. Scottie Pippen is sitting right there. And he was comfortable telling this third-hand story that he had gotten from somebody and somebody.
But he didn't say, Scotty, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. No. He never said that.
He took the lead and was telling the story.
Wow.
And back to what Mario says, only in America.
Only in America.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of jealousy with some of these
From
dudes.
the media to the, oh, they hate
I
them.
think it's a lot of wannabes. You know what I mean? And it's, Dad, correct me if I'm wrong, we'll talk about these player, that player, and you say, well, what you think about this player? I say, nah, just how, in my opinion, this dude right here.
Right.
That's how I start everything. You know that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? How I see him, but I laugh when I hear people tell me, "Oh, this dude here, he trash. He on the end of the bit."
Man, come on, man.
I ain't but a handful of pro NBA players.
Come on, man.
That dude. Did you see the one? What's the dude? The white mamba.
You saw the
Scalabrini. Yeah, Scalabrini. And one dude,
people,
he destroyed the dude.
That man averaged like 19 and 9 in the Pac-10. Didn't play in the league like 10 years.
But the young dude was like,
11 years.
But the young dude was like, he ain't nothing. He'll
no. You talking about the young high school kid.
Yes.
Nah, Jones, they took it a step further. He's on a radio show somewhere in the New England area.
Uh-huh.
And he said he would get bombarded with, you're trash, this, and this. Mm-hmm. So you know his name is Scalabrini.
Yes.
They came up with this thing called the Scallenge. He played like 9 people.
You kidding me? I ain't know that.
Yeah,
wow.
They was from all different levels. Got a 7-footer that played at Pitt.
Really?
Like a little guard that played across
smashed there.
So,
all of
I
them.
think the most points he gave up in the game was like 3. Wow. Everything else was 11-0.
Wow.
This Scal with a gut.
Yeah.
So he said he had to tell a guy.
He had his prime.
This
man sitting back on the barbecue grill watching the game.
This minivan driving Scal. So he said he had to tell the dude. He said he had to tell a guy, I suck compared to LeBron.
Right. I don't suck compared to y'all.
No. He said, I suck compared to LeBron. He said, but I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me.
There you go.
Like, they don't get it.
They don't get it.
First of all, you walk in, this dude 6'9", 250. First thing you be like, oh, I didn't know he was that big. Yeah, you in trouble.
I'm gonna tell you. I
don't get it.
But it's different today. Listen, we in practice the other day. So I got the young fella. We playing defense. I'm like, you ain't got to guard him there. He can't make it. That's not it. We got nobody in this gym shoot from that range except maybe me.
Right.
And then they all coach, da-da-da. I said, okay.
Joe shoot from that range.
So the young fella was about 3 steps off the 3-point line, the international line. And I was like, maybe he'll get 1 for 5. I said, and if he hit 2, it's because there's nobody guarding him. And everybody, well, we playing zone. I said, stop. I gave him the ball. We folded our arm. 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 0 for 3. Now he hit the last 2, and everybody like, oh, yeah. I said, y'all think that's something, don't I? I took the ball. I shot 1 hand.
That's Tommy Jones range, Mario.
I shot 1 hand. Oh! I said, no, bitch, ain't no surprise.
Yeah, that's real. This is what I do.
I said, this is what I do. I'm better than you, but I ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's real.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's levels to this thing, and you just got to be honest with yourself.
What's the story I always tell you when I talk about UT basketball? Brian Williams, my favorite player of all time. This dude is 6'6", Division II guard. Dude hit 100 and some 3-pointers back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So you got to be realistic with yourself. Oh, nah, Dak, you can't play Division II basketball. Not if that's a D2 guard.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand how good
I do remember. I remember an influx of kids at once upon a time challenging me when I first started the program. And for me at the time, I jumped out there.
At your size and the way you move, that makes no sense to me.
Coach, listen.
They ain't looking at you and saying there's no way this is a guard.
Listen, I jumped out there every time. Like I fell for the bait. Like I ain't having I fell for the bait every time. And counting, I'm talking about it was probably like a 4-year span. Oh, coach, you ain't okay. Roll the ball out.
Yeah.
I keep shoes in the car. Let's go.
Right out there.
Like every single time. And I can name a lot of my former players that have done it, and every last one of them got smashed. They was like, man, I didn't know. Like, so when you're looking at it, for me, obviously we know there's tiers and levels, like Coach said. You know what I'm saying? And maybe for us, I don't know if it's upbringing. I don't know if it was something in the air in the 80s and 90s. But the respect level was just totally different. I would never say
the what level?
The respect level.
So what I've noticed, guys now often mistake respect for you being fearful of something.
Yes.
Right. I 100% agree.
I don't think they understand, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be respectful if the real deal walk in here. But the real deal ain't gonna spit on me.
That's real. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a respect Evander Holyfield.
But I would never say Craig Hodges was terrible.
No.
Right.
Like anybody that guys on these teams, this guy, you play in the league.
We would love to challenge him.
Of course.
Or we think we would love to challenge him.
No, we probably
in our mind, like because
in our minds,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? But
listen, same thing. Bro, I'm 57 years old. So they had the ball and they was like, oh, da-da-da. And I was just dribbling and messing around. They were like, oh, coach. I said, what you talking about? So I hit a pop, pop, pop between the leg with behind the back and hit a jumper. Oh.
They think they're the only ones.
I said, what you think? I didn't play before? What you think this game? This has been done before you got here. I say now I'm gonna probably play tomorrow. My knees hurt now.
For real.
Okay.
Take the Advil right
real.
out.
I say, but
the tomatoes out the window.
I say y'all gotta stop thinking this. You didn't invent the game. This was done before you. It's gonna be done after you,
but
and probably better.
A lot of times, even with the younger coaches, they almost have to get out there to prove themselves for guys to even respect them.
Oh, no question.
Like they really do. They really got to get out there and play. Like for guys to respect your game. You can shoot. You can do this. You can do like he got young coaches. Like coach, like you got 2 pros as your coach.
Oh, they be
I got younger coaches in take Coach Nick for example, right? The respect level would be higher if they knew Coach Nick was out there and playing and grinding with them, not because of the acumen that Coach Nick has went in, played at or studied or this, that, and other. Right. It's like get out here and make a couple threes, play a little defense, show a little will, and then I respect you a little bit.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
But see,
that's the unfortunate part about it.
That's why when y'all was younger, I always played with you.
Yeah.
Because it was easy to get my point off. Now what I found as I get older, now I got to use my mind a lot more, and I got to.
But Coach K never had to play with him.
No.
Patino never had to play.
No. And that's my complaint.
R. Kelly.
No.
Oh.
Let's talk about Tom going back to fall.
No, I'm going to say this about R. Kelly. Can I say something?
I don't know. Can you?
I can say something.
Well, there you go.
All right, we're touching on topics. It is a big topic.
Go ahead.
We got a melanated man going down from molestation. He was found guilty.
What he is,
okay,
melanated or not.
Okay,
so don't even throw that in.
Hold on. Just let me finish. Why you cutting me off?
Okay.
Don't
talk about he melanated.
No. Listen. Well, you should care in regards to how the court system works, but
I don't care if they gave R. Kelly 400 years.
Yes, listen. Whatever. He's probably gonna get that.
He should.
He's probably gonna get that.
He
you know what I'm saying? All I want to say is he was found guilty in regards to everything that went down. The only thing I would say on that, because I don't speak on a lot of that stuff personally, because a lot of people don't use logic when they talk about it.
Right.
Everybody's emotions and into it. You know what I mean? I think any man that does anything, you know what I mean, to abnormalities and disrespecting a woman or girl or whatever from that orientation deserves everything they supposed to get. But did R. Kelly operate alone?
No, they should all be charged with sex trafficking.
Did he? Okay, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to say.
If you are an everyday employee, assistant, cook, producer, bodyguard, limo driver, booking agent, and you around him,
you knew
on a semi-regular basis, you should be a part of that.
And I'm gonna top that off by saying, when you walk into the 7-Eleven, you know the camera on you, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, when you come in and it's a crowd of people, you know more likely the camera gonna come on you for a couple of reasons.
Yes,
your size, your melanin.
Right. Yep.
Okay, then what you want?
What you mean? But
you get what you get. Chickens come on the roof.
Yeah. So, but my issue is all the other adults that were complicit in helping him carry this out for
they didn't want them.
30 years.
They didn't want them.
Because that's how long it's been going on.
They wanted him.
No, but what I'm saying is,
what he's saying,
you're right. Charged.
But it's almost like if you get a conspiracy case or RICO, the top of the food chain gets the biggest sentence.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of trickles down
because they knew.
In this case, obviously, what's going to get most of the publications and the publicity is chaos. But I mean, I just wanted to be able to touch on that as we see stuff like this, because we've seen a lot of it's very prevalent, and we got quite a few guys that have done it, melanated or not, European, this, that, and other, doesn't happen with. But it's like you can't operate like that alone.
No, you can't.
That's like you can't you got to have a team effort to know. Oh, go see her and that's crazy.
If we had a team effort moving 500 kilos a month, wouldn't we all get charged?
You better believe it.
They should all get charged.
But he's the name.
Yeah, he the name.
And here's my point with. There's something about you that's gonna draw the attention, then you're gonna take the brunt.
He don't got that type of rationality, John. He's sick.
Oh no question.
Hey, over under 50. Over under 50.
What?
Years.
Oh, he's gonna get more than 50 years.
Over 50. Over 50.
And maybe that's just me hoping, but
over 50.
I don't think so.
You going with the under?
Yeah.
I'm going with the under too.
I'm going with the under, and Might be a problem.
It's gonna be between 30 and 40 though.
I'm gonna go with the under, and you might not survive none of that. It might be a problem going up in there with them charges.
Hopefully.
Yeah, ain't no might be, coach. Ain't no might be. Yeah. He gonna get some. He gonna get what he looking for.
Yeah, it's gonna be some toot beat. It's gonna be
man. It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be that.
Yeah. And I'm just surprised. Well, I'm not. I scratched that. Because when you're dealing with the women that it was happening to.
Which women are you referring? These were little girls.
Girls, you're right.
Yeah, it wasn't no women.
No. You're right. I used the wrong word. When you're dealing with the African American young ladies.
Oh yeah, that's why like you said, it might be under 50.
Yeah, because they don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, that's the only reason I said because it was little black girls.
Because the rules and the laws say
3/5 of a man.
Yeah,
you only got rights, no privileges.
I didn't make them.
So that might be his saving grace because it was black girls that he was doing that.
Because you know your life ain't worth the same.
Right.
Sure ain't.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel. Hit us with some topics. Let us know what you want.
Good to be back.
You know what I'm saying?
Great to be back. Season 2, episode 1.
Some health issues, guys under the weather, but we back.
And we beat the 99%.
Yes, sir.
But guess what? 99 ain't good enough.
Keep it 100.
100 signing off.
See.